Hello people, I'm Vito and welcome back to Yu-Gi-Oh! The Falsebound Kingdom with Robberlink.
That's me.
Alright, where we last left off, we were most of the way through that mission with Kaiba as the opponent, but we wanted to do a special strategy, which, we couldn't do last time because I was pressing the wrong button.
Derp.
So, I think I looked back and I did have to press X on the item Metal Morph to transform the Red Eyes Black Dragon. I don't know if the microphone was in my way, or maybe I was just being dumb, but I did not realize that in order to change Gaia the Fierce Knight with the ritual item, I do need to press X and not A. I was just spamming the A button. There it is. So, without further ado, we will change Gaia into the Blackluster Soldier. Huh, he has green skin.
Oh,
Weird.
he does.
Weird.
Didn't also the Dark Magician #2?
I know he had some different coloration. I don't know if his skin was green. Here, let me give him some items. Oh yeah, that way he'll always crit against dragons. That would actually be very good for this particular mission, because I think you noticed there were a lot of dragons, but what I didn't realize was not only are there dragons on, Kaiba's group, but the two forts around him have marshals with only dragons.
Yeah, I did notice.
Which means...
I just don't know why you didn't know why you bought so many of them, assuming, like, there might not be that many dragons in the future.
I should use the dragon capture jar.
Actually, yeah.
I only have one, but it has 3 uses. If I need to, I could use them all in the same fight, but I'm going to use Yugi versus Kaiba, so that should be good. A couple other things. Mecha Master noted that I could put Beast Fangs on Octoberzer because he's a beast type, so I did that. I switched a few things up. I decided, because Mecha Master suggested using Curse of Dragon and Time Wizard, I'd put them on Bakura here, which replaces Celtic Guardian and Silverfang, because Silverfang was like early growth, so I guess that makes sense to get rid of him for now. And instead of Beta the Magnet Warrior, I'm having Blackluster Soldier there, and we can see what he does, because I'm going to be using Mai and Mako against those 2 forts with the ground turrets.
Makes sense.
And was that everything? I think so for at least the setup. Alright, so the plan is we're going to go through this chapter completely so we can see, the end dialogue after we defeat Kaiba, but we're not going to save after we do it. So that tomorrow I can do this again and farm up that bugged Curse of Dragon at level 99, which will take some amount of time. And then I'll save after doing that, and then we'll record the next session. So, I should probably make note of everyone's stats, because they are going to change between this episode and the next.
Very much so.
Hopefully. I don't know which ones I'm going to be farming, because I can't bring everyone. Ugh.
Well, I mean, you could across, like, different...
I can only trigger the bug once with the roaming monster fight. Actually, maybe I could fail the roaming monster fight to cause the bug, so maybe I could do it more than once. You might be right. Thank you for pointing that out. I wouldn't have thought of that.
I didn't even think of that. What? I thought... Wait, so you can only...
So, the way the chapter or the missions start...
Oh, no, I remember now. That's right. Because it's only... You're only able to do it a second time because you technically lost the Gaia the Fierce Knight.
Yes, but if I fail that roaming monster fight, that will cause the Curse of Dragon to be overwritten.
And you still won't have the Gaia the Fierce Knight, which means you can trigger it again.
Yes. Alright, so that should be the final save for this episode, and I'm hoping to just go through the entire frickin' mission. And then I need to remember to frickin' not save.
That's going to be difficult.
Yes, we saw all this. And since this is a lot of the same fights, I do have plenty of things to talk about that I just haven't gotten to, as well as the additional episodes of the anime we watched. Alright, let me get you some levels. So let me put you in here. Actually, I think I figured out that I can actually tell him to move, like, here in the hitbox, and I think that will rearrange him. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
If I remember, that will be very helpful. Because I only need to do one move command to actually rearrange them then. Alright, so Time Wizard has that on-hit effect. I think it paralyzes? Hold on. Yeah, I think it paralyzes, and I think the way paralysis works is it will eventually wear off, but it can, like, force the enemy's move to the very end of the battle, basically.
Oh.
But I think it does forcibly wear off eventually. Alright,
So, why Time Wizard?
Because Mecha Master said he does get some good abilities, plus the fact that he has that, you know, effect on his attack. And he said that Curse of Dragon does end up pretty strong. So it's good to use him. Oh yeah, and I already... Excuse you. I already put on screen the changes that the Red Eyes got when it changed to the metal version. But just to tell you, Robber Link, it gained, let's see, it gained at least 400 HP. Let's see, about 800 attack, and I think about 700 defense. So it's pretty good.
Definitely a nice buff. Why are they constantly critting him?
I don't know, but you have red medicine and so many moves that it's okay. Heal yourself. Oh, and is the Kaiser Dragon? Yeah, it's paralyzed. So, I guess maybe it would be better to paralyze someone who's not being focused, but whatever. Alright, and then let me check some of my notes. Oh yeah, Mecha Master did say that Jinzo is terrible late game, and I don't know how I guessed, but I just had a feeling that Jinzo wasn't gonna be good. So apparently I made the right call, by chance.
Okay.
And Mecha Master said that I could put books of secret arts on Time Wizard, so I did. Yeah, some of those.
Which is probably how he's able to do any damage.
And let's see. Mecha Master noted that Robotic Knight eventually gets the armor ability that the Red Eyes Metal Dragon has, where it always reduces damage.
Nice.
So if we level him up enough, we'll get that on him. Oh, I didn't even look at his attack before. Just...
Yeah, that's been happening.
2D clock. You can just kind of tell it's a flat image. I guess the paralysis is no longer that useful. They have like one move collectively. Yeah.
It's not about the paralysis. It's about sending a message.
Oh yeah. He does not have a lot of HP. Although they're out of moves. But just because I feel like it, and I have plenty of moves, heal him up. Yeah, one thing I found kind of strange about, or no, I don't know what the word is I'm looking for, just something I thought about.
Yeah?
Is that the way the turns work in this, how it like takes each one of the monsters and says based on their speed and some RNG they go in this order. I would have expected it to be more like, I think it was Final Fantasy 13, where there was like an amount of time between each specific character's move that had to basically elapse. You know what I mean? So if there was like a super fast character, they could move however many times in a row before another character. It just depended on how long it took for them to get their turn again. It was literally just a time limit for their turn. Or, you know.
I'm trying to remember. Yeah, didn't... In Final Fantasy 13, wasn't it like some moves would cost more time than others.
That might have been a thing, I'm not sure. And then there's the bug. The big bug. But yeah, that's what I thought this would work like, but I guess not. There was another thing about episode 38 of the anime in the UK.
Just a post-viral sinus infection. I'm fine.
In the Yugi Pegasus fight, I don't remember if I mentioned this, but you know the time bomb thing?
Yeah.
Called Jigen Bakudan? When Pegasus summoned it, he said it was immune to attack. That is not a thing in the card game. I don't remember if I mentioned that or not, but that is a very, very, very OP thing to just say, here, I'm playing this monster that cannot be attacked and is a time bomb.
Yes. Despite, I think it had a defense stat.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know why it would be immune to attack, though. Because I'm trying to think. I don't think that Relinquished had any effect that forced him to be attacked. It was just that if you tried to attack him, he could use whatever monster he captured.
right.
Alright. What are your stats? I'm pretty good, but I also gave you some items. Alright. Let's see your attack. The Chaos Blade. Nice looking particle effect. Oh no, they're fighting back.
Wait a minute, that's not allowed. No one told me they'd be fighting back.
I thought we were just having a friendly battle. Well, now we're just gonna have to kill you. Squash the big bug. And big bug is squashed.
Nice.
Oh yeah, and when we were watching the next couple of episodes, episode 41 and 42, you thought when Kaiba was released there was going to be some sort of twist where, like, it's not the real Kaiba coming to pick up Mokuba.
Yeah, because, like, it had shown him
In the
like,
dungeon?
Yeah, all disheveled and, like, not looking too great.
And they're like, where's Kaiba?
And then there he is. Just, you know, he...
Completely back to normal.
Yeah, like, he looks like he washed up and he's like, alright, I'm good to go.
I mean, maybe he found a bathroom, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I was like, wouldn't the real Kaiba have, like, you know, run to embrace his brother? You know, given how much he cares, but no, I guess it's more important to him to look cool and aloof to Yugi and friends.
He cares, but he can only show it so much.
I can only be so affectionate.
They actually kind of hurt you. Let me heal you. Yeah, and then Yugi received the Ties of Friendship card, which does not exist in the card game, and therefore I don't know if it actually has any sort of effect or anything. I guess it looked like a yellow card, so maybe it would have been a monster? I don't know. But it seems like maybe it's just a generic card, kind of like the, you know, the cards they require to participate, where it's not really a card in the game. It's just for show, maybe? Yeah. Oh yeah, and then Yami Yugi actually said, you know, his name was Yami.
Or Pharaoh.
Yeah. Because I didn't actually remember if they, you know, said that anywhere in the anime or not. But I remember hearing, yeah, it's Yami Yugi or whatever. And I guess that's at least one instance where they actually mention it.
And if you ever look at the characters listed on the website, of which I noticed the girl, Rebecca, and her grandfather were not mentioned. So I'm guessing they're not going to be returning characters.
Yeah, they might not. Oh yeah, Mako. I was like, wait, who was I sending to the other one? That's right, it's you.
Also, funny thing, in episode 42, during the flashbacks, I didn't catch it. But when Professor Hawkins, like, arrived and started talking, I immediately was like, why does this guy sound like Dr. Eggman? I swear he does. And I looked it up, and it's Mike Pollock, who's been doing Eggman since 2003, apparently, in the video games and such.
Yeah, I was wondering about that because I didn't catch it, and apparently before him it was... Who was it? I wrote it down here. One sec. It was Dean Bristow, who voiced him in Sonic Adventure 1, 2, and in Heroes. Maybe some others as well, but he passed away in 2005, sadly. But I'm probably more familiar with Dean Bristow voicing him because I played Adventure 2 and Sonic Heroes a lot.
Yeah, I was a little confused because I'm like, thinking of some of Eggman's appearances, like it's Sonic Heroes. I'm like, no, that doesn't really match. But then I remember, like, in Shadow the Hedgehog, or, well, any other games I can't think of off the top of my head. Oh yeah, I think Sonic X, the show.
Yeah. I didn't see much of that.
Yeah.
But it said he voiced in that.
Yeah, that was definitely his voice. I was like, wait. Huh? I also thought the character, Professor Hawkins, was dead. But,
yeah, I guess they didn't necessarily say that he was still around or anything. She was just off on her own.
Her?
Rebecca. Rebecca was just off on her own without her grandfather for a while.
Oh, yeah. Still a bit concerning, but, you know. But yeah, like in the first episode, when Yugi's grandfather was talking about the Blue Eyes White Dragon card, he said, you know, it's to remember our friendship of my dearest old friend. It's like, oh. Did he pass away? I'm assuming he passed away. But nope, I guess not.
Yeah, I guess it might make more sense in the original because Rebecca says she's like a champion in America, and I think that is what it's supposed to be, but the thing is, they don't tell you that, you know, it's supposed to take place in Japan, so she would be a foreign champion, basically. And I think that's why Arthur isn't usually around, is because he's usually all the way out in America, across the ocean.
Okay.
But yeah, to us, if, you know, as kids, we don't know it's actually supposed to be taking place in Japan. It's like, okay, so I guess he's just not here. Yeah.
Oh, well.
Maybe he's on the other coast, you know? The United States is pretty big, you know?
True.
Dang, I just looked at the Blackluster Soldier. He's already at like level 11. I think he started at level 1, didn't he?
I think so.
He had to have, because...
Yeah, I think he had, like, pretty even numbers.
Yeah, he would not have started at level 10 and only gotten one level up for that.
That too.
Alright, and then... Oh yeah, Rebecca was using two cards. Sangan and Witch of the Black Forest. They have similar effects that when they get destroyed, you can pick a card up to a certain amount of attack or defense, depending on which card. Apparently, I saw in the database that there is later on a fusion card that combines them called Sandwich. Because it's...
You're kidding me.
It's Sangan and Witch of the Black Forest. I don't think it's an effect fusion, and I don't think it's tremendously strong, so it seems like a meme card sort of thing, you know? Oh,
That's right.
That's right. I have abilities. Tee-hee. Yeah, and for some reason, the Millennium Shield card in the anime, it looked orange, as if it was an effect monster, but it's not an effect monster in the card game. It's just a regular monster.
Huh.
You also have special? Do it.
Does it have, like, the same stats?
I believe so. I forgot that it was actually, like, identical to the Labyrinth Wall in terms of stats. 0, 3000.
Yeah.
You could also, at least in the anime, use Multiply on it. And I looked up...
Wait, you could?
In the anime, it was just limited to anything with a low enough attack. We've been over this. But then in the card game, it's restricted to Karibo.
Okay.
And whereas in the anime, it could be like an infinite number of them, in the card game, it just spawns like as many as you can hold on your field. And that's it. But you could have like 5 shields then, if it was in the anime. Or infinite shields? I don't know.
Just a literal shield wall.
Yep. What would happen if they fused the Millennium Shield with the Labyrinth Wall?
Shield wall.
Yeah, pretty much.
Or Labyrinth Shield. Not sure how that works.
Millennium Wall? I'm thinking like how it should look visually, and a wall is bigger than a shield, so it should take the wall. And the shield looks like it's made out of something stronger, so it should be out of that material rather than the stone. So some sort of Millennium metallic wall thing, I think.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I don't think the Millennium Shield was actually in any of the early booster packs. I think it might have said it was like a promotional card, so it might have been something like something like a card you could get in a McDonald's Happy Meal or something like that.
Huh.
I'm not sure, though. I think I saw that one of my monsters is a little low on HP. He's okay. I could probably just kill them. Man, it was odd because I forgot that Cannon Soldier and Catapult Turtle actually function almost exactly the same. It's just that Cannon Soldier does a flat amount of damage and Catapult Turtle does half the attack of the sacrificed monster as life point damage.
I think also the Catapult Turtle was a bit stronger on its own.
Yeah, probably. Oh yeah, and there was a glitch, or not a glitch, it's not a game, but there was a visual mistake in the anime at, what was it? 17 minutes, 31 seconds of episode 41, where the Cannon Soldier's attack was shown as 400 in the blue box, when it's actually 1400.
Oh. I take back what I said then.
I don't remember what the Catapult Turtle's stats are.
I think it was 1000.
Alright, was there anyone else I actually wanted to use a lot? I did want to use them more. Alright, no time. Have to do this now. Yeah, we saw this. So let's see if we can pull this off again.
I think I did notice at the end of the last episode, when it showed the Ties of Friendship and the Blue Eyes White Dragon card, it showed the Blue Eyes White Dragon, like, as normal, rather than broken and taped up.
Well, it would have been at that point, I think. It seemed like it was a flashback, but then why is the friendship thing there?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's confusing.
Unless it's supposed to be, like, all metaphorical and stuff.
Yeah, it may be, because it was on, like, a stone slab, as if it was part of the flashback. But I don't imagine that Ties of Friendship card would be in existence, even? Possibly? I don't know. If Pegasus made that exclusively as a prize for the tournament. It certainly wouldn't be in the hands of, you know, Yugi's grandpa.
Yeah.
Okay, trying to pay attention. Did I fail to blind the one? Yeah, I think I did. I am wondering if how fast it wears off and its chance of actually taking effect in the first place is affected by level differences. Because this usually doesn't happen, yet when I'm up against these strong monsters, it happens. Yeah, try and blind them again. Hopefully work this time. And then I might end up waiting because Gaia's guarding. Ugh. So I could power up more.
You want to try to kill the Curse of Dragons?
If I try that, they might polymerize. And I want to avoid that. Did he just...
What?
I think it just wore off on him too now.
Oh.
The frick? Stop that. But you know what? You only have one more move left, so go on and attack him.
So, wait, do you want to win or lose this battle?
Because I'm not going to be saving, I just want to beat him and, you know, show off that I can do it a second time in a row.
Oh, okay.
I guess. Because why not?
That's right.
Because I'm not going to be saving and I'm going to be redoing this to farm. Yeah, because if I were to try to do this and farm and then start recording right after farming and just fight Kaiba at the beginning of the episode, I don't know how long that would take. And that might end up being like, you know, 3 a.m. when we actually start recording or something. I don't know.
Yeah, no thank you.
So I figured this way we'll be able to see the mission through and I can still do the farming just off screen. Because it is very long and tedious, so you probably don't actually want to see that.
Yeah, no. It's, grinding isn't very engaging.
Yeah, and because, we're already like 27 minutes in, this might be a little bit of a longer episode still. But, like I said, still stuff to talk about.
Yay.
Okay, my score actually did finish counting by the time I checked.
Huh.
Alright.
Also, sorry about my lack of enthusiasm. I am sick.
Are you actually sick again? Or are you still recovering just like me?
We're pretty sure that, as I said before, it's a post-viral sinus infection. So, I am sick. It's something else. It's not contagious. But it is something I still have to get over.
Lovely. Well, I hope you the best.
Yep.
Is that a weird thing to say? Is it supposed to be wish you the best? Hope you the best? Is that weird? Now that I think about it...
Yeah, I think that's a bit...
It sounds weird now that I think about it.
Yeah, I think it's wishing you the best.
Yeah.
But...
sorry.
I guess hoping you the best. What?
I'm like torn. Is it weird? Is it not weird?
I'd say it's weird, but like also it. I don't know. May it wasn't weird at some point.
I made
old English.
I made it weird. Oh yeah, because I boosted twice. I can break his guard now with anyone, I think. Yeah.
Huh.
Even Dancing Elf can break his guard.
Nice.
Mwahaha. Eat it. Alright, and then back to the anime. Let's see, what was next? Oh yeah, you caught in episode 42, Joey did his creepy grin again at like 8 minutes, 38 seconds.
Yeah.
He does it from like a side view, so I, for some reason, didn't catch it, but you did.
I was just like, what the frick?
There it is again. Stop guarding. I can break that, you know. Okay, so that's my score with 2 of them killed. We probably still won't be able to see what it is with 3 of them killed because it will count for too long. Alright, I did it again. Because I can. Nice.
Nice.
Alright, now quickly I should move forward. I don't know if I'll get there before any of them respawn, but I'll start moving Yugi for the final fight. Alright, actually I could do this mode. It'll probably go faster. You go there. You go there. And then focus over here. While they're doing that, Yugi, head towards Kaiba. The thing disappeared, the line. Alright, they're in motion.
Alright.
And I guess because this is going on a little long, I could make a cut while they're moving. See you in a moment. Oh, it was them first. I thought it was going to be Macro first. Alright. Oh yeah, and I did look into these cards, the Seiya Ryu and the Serpent Night Dragon.
Yeah.
One of the booster packs had the Serpent Night Dragon as like one of its rarest cards, but the Seiya Ryu, this one, the pink dragon, I don't think it was in any of those 4 initial booster packs, but they are apparently counterparts because their Japanese names were, I mean, they're written in Japanese, but they're English words. This one was like the Holy Night Dragon. The Serpent Night Dragon was the Evil Night Dragon. So they're both Night Dragons.
Okay.
Did I not heal you? Or did you just get really hurt all of a sudden? I forget.
We really should actually pay attention.
But talking.
Talk. Yap.
Alright, back to the anime. The Judgment Blaster card does not exist in the card game. It was the one where Rebecca discarded 5 cards to destroy all monsters.
Yep.
It's basically like a dark hole, just with added cost.
Yeah, that was what I was thinking when I saw that. It's like, oh, that's just a worse black hole.
Yeah.
Except, you know, in this case, she's using it to her advantage.
Yeah. She didn't have anything on the field, I don't think.
Actually, wait, is that card called Dark Hole or Black Hole?
I think it's called Dark Hole, but it looks like a black hole. Probably just to make it more unique. And then the Shadow Ghoul. It does have that effect that you saw. The reason that we don't see it in the Paradox fight is because they didn't really play the Shadow Ghoul. They just immediately fused it with the Labyrinth Wall. But the Shadow Ghoul does gain 100 attack for every monster in your graveyard.
Okay.
So yeah, late game that can be pretty OP. The only thing is that because it's a 5-star monster, in the regular card rules, you would need to sacrifice a monster to summon it, but that's it. To tribute summon.
Right.
Alright, I was about to say you're fine, but maybe you're not quite fine. Here. Take that. Yeah, and then I wrote down about you noticing the voice actor of Arthur Hawkins. We already mentioned that.
Sorry.
It's okay, it can be out of order. Yeah.
I'm sorry I went over the talking points too early. I've ruined the entire script.
Nah, I'm just looking through. I was going to mention that Soul Release is a very oddly specific card that hasn't popped up before, because all it does is banish 5 cards from a graveyard. Monsters, specifically. I don't know if they've actually mentioned banishing at all, but basically it just removes things from the game entirely. I think maybe sometimes temporarily, but basically by doing that, rather than, you know, like for example, if it's a card on the field and you banish it, that means that, you know, things like Monster Reborn can't access it because it has to be specifically in the graveyard.
It goes to the double graveyard.
Yeah, that's why it's its own specific thing. That's usually out of reach of most card effects. But yeah, it is very oddly specific that it's useful in that one situation, but when else? I mean, I guess you could use it to deny people cards to use Monster Reborn on.
Yeah, probably.
But it's not that useful. So it feels like, again, Yugi just kind of manifested it into existence because it would be useful. Is how it feels.
Do we want to talk about how apparently they were making the exact same moves with their decks as their grandfathers did?
Yeah, that was also weird. It's like, yeah, sure, right. I mean, if Rebecca and Arthur had like 3 copies of Witch of the Black Forest and Cannon Soldier or something like that, that could make sense that they played it a lot, but some of the other cards, I don't know. But also like the exact same duel, yeah, no.
Yeah.
Not a chance, of course, but it must be fate or something. Oh, why are you all hurt? And I can't heal you at the moment. Mermaid doesn't have items. Oh well, just eat this.
It's also strange that they have the exact same duel when their decks are at least slightly different.
Yeah, probably.
Because again, Yugi doesn't have the Exodia cards. And Rebecca is missing the blue eyes.
True. But of course, it's fate, or whatever.
I swear, the fact that everyone has their gimmick that they can always pull off. It's like, yes. No one ever gets unlucky and it's just like, well, frick, I can't do anything on my first turn.
I think it does say in like the rule book or something, you should keep your card ratio like 1-to-1 between monsters and others. So that you don't run into like a magic or trap only hand or monsters that are too high of stars to summon without a tribute, that sort of thing. Although it can be more of a problem if you have a bigger deck, I guess. There is a chance.
Yeah. I can imagine maybe there's a rule of, if your first hand doesn't have any monsters, draw again. Like, redraw the hand.
Well, they call that like a mulligan or something. She's not about to die, is she? She's about to die.
I was about to say, I think that's a haircut. Then I realized, no, that's a mullet. Yo, check it out. I just got this new mulligan.
Well, I haven't done this in a while, but guard. Alright, I still have some medicine on you as well. Oh yeah, and another thing was the soul release card art is censored. Because it just looks like a spirit woman or something, but they gave her a dress.
Ah.
You know what? Flood them. It's like, oh geez, that's a huge tidal wave. It's going over the frickin' top of the castle.
Oh my god. Oh. City Skylines moment.
And then water tornado as well.
Oh yeah, of course. Gotta throw that in as well. Earlier I wanted to make a joke about when there was the gambling machine.
Oh, the slot machine, yeah.
Slot machine, yeah. When you were fighting them, I wanted to make a joke about gambling and being washed up, but I couldn't think of one.
Well, we could just say it was washed up as we used the water attack.
Yeah.
Good enough, I suppose. Alright, kill. And then we just need to wait for Yugi.
That doesn't look like a V. Looks like the hands are just pointing up.
Look up there. Huh? Oh no, the hand escaped.
Hey,
While we
it
were
says gullible on the ceiling.
While we were distracted. Alright, we will be back in just a moment when Yugi actually gets to the frickin' castle. Oh wait, someone respawned. Oh no. You're almost there. Might have to do even more. I was gonna actually mention though, Mecha Master said that using the cheat actually plays a unique sound for each story. So I was thinking I could actually do that here since I'm not gonna save.
What cheat?
It's the Konami code to get gold.
Ah. Huh.
But now I need to frickin' kill these guys again.
So, thoughts on the recent Nintendo Direct?
I have heard that the Switch 2 was officially announced, I think, or I don't know. I didn't actually see it.
I believe so, yeah. Apparently it is going to be expensive though.
Yeah, I heard that.
And so are the games. On the other hand, the games.
I heard there's a new Mario Kart, which I'm not interested in because I want another F-Zero game.
Well, you kinda did.
I heard that they have like a GameCube virtual console for F-Zero GX or something.
Yeah, they're bringing back some GameCube games, basically.
Is it going to be a thing where you have to, like, pay monthly for it? For the online service?
It might be.
Alright, well, the other one's probably going to respawn while I do this, but here, let's see. Up, up, down, down, left, right, B, A. I heard him say something. Not sure what it was. Okay, well, if it's not respawned, then... Oh, wait, there it is. You know what? If I can kill him before he gets there, that's fine. Just ignore him. So, Yugi, you've come.
Kaiba, I don't know what you're thinking, and I'm not going to ask.
Oh, okay then.
But if you're working with Scott now and choose to face me, I will fight you with everything I have.
I like your determination. I'd expect nothing less from my lifelong rival.
Unfortunately, I am sick right now.
Well, cough in the other direction. Rude. I can't tell you how excited I am to finally be able to face you. Bring it on. I will not back down from this fight.
That is the face of excitement right there. If it's a fight you want, it's a fight you'll get. But, in terms of new games announced, we're getting Kirby Air Riders. A sequel to Kirby Air Ride.
Interesting.
Yes.
Kirby Air Ride did feel kind of gimmicky for a racing game, though. I don't know if I actually like it as a racing game. I kind of liked the city trial more.
I think I'm starting to feel like everyone did.
Yeah, because you can build up stats and like completely annihilate a minigame.
Yeah.
Which is really fun. Alright, so, item. Dragon Capture Jar. If you somehow get unparalyzed, I can use another, because I have 3. Mwahaha. Yeah, Dark Magician Girl can't initiate the special.
Are they different levels? No, but they do have different stats.
They have different names, so they're considered different monsters.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Ibris, Azrael, and Jibril. Huh. I don't think it's spelled with a D, but I remember a character named Jibril in an anime called No Game, No Life.
Why do they have polymerization?
Oh dear. Well, they can't use it if they are stunned and one dies. So...
True.
Yeah, I was thinking this would... Probably like you were, I was thinking this would be a gimmick where he's just allowed to have 3 of them, but they're identical. But no, they are actually different. Will I get a Dark Magician number 3? So yeah, I just need to focus one down. Ooh, nice, a crit. He's not paralyzed anymore. Destructive Burst Stream? What are you talking about? That's a White Lightning attack. My immersion is broken. My day is ruined.
No, that's a different Blue Eyes White Dragon attack.
Is it because it's that specially named one? Jeez.
I don't know. Do they actually have different named attacks? That'd be funny.
Alright, well, I think this one is dead. Yep, it's dead. And now, for the other 2. Oh yeah, I forgot to check. When you said the Blackluster Soldier, or when I said the Blackluster Soldier's skin was green and you said Dark Magician's was, I thought you meant Dark Magician 2. Maybe you said Dark Magician number 2, but Dark Magician number 1 has green skin.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Huh.
I did say and mean number 2.
You probably just misremembered, but yeah.
I must have mixed it up.
One of them had weird skin color. It's a Magician Orc? Do you have... Yes, you have medicine. Give that to your brother. And then... Should I focus or use our Dragon Capture Jar?
I'd say just kill them.
Alright. Attack! Yeah, so I guess real quick, I could go over some of those booster packs. I didn't write down a whole lot of notes, but I went through the first 4 of them and made some notes about them. So Legend of Blue Eyes obviously has blue eyes, but its rarest cards are Gaia the Dragon Champion, the fusion card, and something called the Tri-Horned Dragon. It has a lot of Yugi's strong cards, like the Dark Magician. It also has Exodia. All the pieces are part of that. And let's see. It has a lot of the buff magic cards that are locked to types, so like Beast Fangs, Legendary Sword, Silver Bow and Arrow. It also has standard buff field cards. So, you know, the mountain card, whatnot.
What? He got unparalyzed and his decision is to guard.
Huh.
Actually, that might save him.
Yeah.
You know, for this battle.
Yeah, I can't break that, I don't think, can I? Oops. Oh, I can. I guess I will, just for the heck of it. Yeah, the Legend of Blue Eyes has very few effect monsters. It only has like 5 in the entire pack. Whoa. I forgot that looked that spectacular. Oh, that's right, he has like that many moves. This could be bad, but he's not focusing.
Thankfully. You idiot.
You're not making up that score with guard.
Kaiba, I thought you were good.
Yeah, and then the Legend of Blue Eyes booster pack has like 10 fusion cards. And then the Metal Raiders booster pack set has only like 11 monster cards, or 11 machine monsters, I meant to say. So it's not many machines, despite being called Metal Raiders. Its rarest cards are Gate Guardian and the Thousand Dragon. And I believe it has all the Gate Guardian pieces. It has the most effective monsters with 55. And it has 15 fusions. And then, let's see, the Magic Ruler, also the Spell Ruler, as it was renamed. It has, let's see, the Serpent Knight Dragon, and the Blue Eyes Toon Dragon as its rarest cards. Do you have... Yeah, you have medicine. Give. It has its own field cards that are like trade-offs, where it will raise attack but lower defense of specific types. It's like the only one with ritual monsters in it, and their ritual magic cards. It has certain equip cards that raise attack and whatnot that are not type dependent for the monster, but it has no fusions.
Have we seen any, like, field effects recently? Like in the past 20 episodes?
I guess not. Because I guess for, like, the final matches, they're just kind of indoors, and what would that be?
Yeah, but aren't there ways to, like, change that?
I don't think the field cards have been a thing so far in the anime.
Huh.
Because it's always been baked into the field where they are.
Okay, because I remember, Mako in the anime, like, was able to change the battlefield, kind of.
Oh, maybe he did use
like
one.
A flooding or something.
Yeah, he may have used one then.
Well, I think he used like a monster's attack to do it, so...
I'd have to...
Kind of iffy.
I'd have to look again. Gah! I've lost.
Kaiba, neither of us wanted this fight.
What do you mean? I said I was excited for this.
There is something else influencing you, isn't there?
Huh. Let me guess. Mokuba.
I could feel your pain as we fought. You cannot hide it with your words.
I never thought I'd be the one that lacked a cool head. All right, I'll tell you everything. Yep.
God dang it.
How did we frickin' guess? Scott has kidnapped my kid brother, Mokuba. He's got him locked up somewhere.
What?
Scott has some kind of strange power in this world. He took Mokuba's soul and blackmailed me.
They really just recycled the
frickin'
plot.
Yeah, the anime.
Frickin' anime.
Pegasus 2.0. except that Scott doesn't seem to have the kind of character, the kind of charm that Pegasus had.
Yeah.
He said that I had to defeat you if I ever wanted to get Mokuba back. So even that part, yeah. It's just the same as the anime. Now that I've lost, Mokuba will be lost forever.
Maybe not. Don't give up yet, Kaiba. Scott's been trying to make us suffer by creating a situation that would lead to extremely brutal battles. I'm not sure what his plan is yet, but as long as you're alive, he's bound to try and use you again. When he does, it should provide the chance I need to go and rescue Mokuba.
I'd rather rescue him myself. Alright.
Alright, and don't say.
Yes, I was about to say. Banishment. Having defeated Kaiba, Yugi presses towards the capital of Sigvarths. Without Kaiba, Scott is forced to take charge of his own forces and face Yugi on the battlefield. The curtain is rising on the battle that will determine everything. Interesting. Yeah, I was just gonna finish up with the Pharaoh's Servant booster pack, which had... Let's see, it had like one fusion monster. I think it was the Thousand Eyes Restrict. Its rarest cards were Imperial Order, which is a continuous trap which negates all spells but costs like 700 life points a turn, and Jinzo, which is what Esperoba had.
Huh.
And then it looks like Pharaoh's Servant had the most traps out of them because it had like 42 trap cards, whereas the others had like 3, 7, and 5 trap cards. There were very few trap cards in those other 3.
Jeez.
Yeah, and I want to say more of the Season 2 monsters and whatnot were in Pharaoh's Servant than the other 3, because I think Pharaoh's Servant came out a little bit later. But they were all like 2002, I think. Alright, so yes, I will redo this and actually farm it up, possibly multiple times, because as Robert Link mentioned, or inadvertently made me realize...
Accidentally.
Yeah, I could probably fail the Gaia battle to continue farming stuff and then just keep retrying, so I will probably do that. But that will take a while, so I'll do that either tonight or tomorrow, and then we'll continue recording the day after that, because we're actually splitting up the recording session in a weird way for this. So we will end this here for now, and I will continue with this off screen, and then we'll continue next time.
So, dear viewers, a goodbye for now.
Goodbye.